Hey guys, today we are going to cover another big topic in the Japanese language. It's another verb conjugation, and it is the past tense form. It's a very important topic because how many times are you going to need to say that you did something in the past? A lot of times, every day, if you're using Japanese every day. So let's cover that. It is important, but it shouldn't take too long because we've already covered a topic that will help us tremendously in this, and that is the Introduction to Verbs video. So make sure you watch that if you haven't watched that yet. It's a 20-minute long video, but it's the proper prerequisite to this, and it'll make this so much easier, which is why this video will be much shorter than 20 minutes because we use the topic covered in it, the mas form, to make our new form, the mashita form, which is the past tense form. So as a little correction to what I just said, we are going to be doing the mashita form, which is one of two of the past tense forms in Japanese. It is the polite version. The plain version, which is the ta form, will be covered in another video just for conceptual symmetry's sake. So yeah, we're gonna stick with the polite form in this video, then we'll cover the plain form in another video. So when we're turning a verb into its past tense form that's polite, we draw from the mas form and we replace the mas with mashita. It's that simple. It's that simple. And when we're not using a verb in the past tense, say we're using a noun or an adjective, as in we're saying it was blue or it was a rock that hit me or something like that. Well, when you're using nouns and adjectives, you usually end the sentence with des, and we're gonna change the des to deshita to make it into the past tense form, and that's again polite. And of course there's also the negative past tense form. Of course we need the negative past tense for as I said, the nouns and the adjectives, as in it was not blue or it was not a rock. And for that we're gonna take what we already or should already know as de wa arimasen, which is not in the polite present tense, and we're gonna change de wa arimasen to de wa arimasen deshita, and that of course adds the deshita at the end to make it into the past tense. And there's also the other option of using ja arimasen deshita, and that is a bit more casual than de wa arimasen deshita, but they're both considered the polite form. And we should know that the negative form in the present tense, polite present tense, is the masen form. We're going to use that as well for this past tense. We're going to change masen into masen deshita, and you'll notice that the simple addition of deshita is the same as the thing that we changed the des into to make it into a past tense as well. So that's deshita. It's the past tense version of des. So that already was kind of a lot to take in. Let's do a quick review. So past verb, mashita. Past negative verb, masen deshita. Past noun or adjective, deshita. Negative past noun or adjective will either be de wa arimasen deshita or ja arimasen deshita, and all of these are the polite form. In another video we will cover the casual form of the past tense of all these things, and it will pretty much be the same amount of conjugations. Now we go into the examples. So our first example, we have Kinou atarashii One Piece o mimashita ka, and we translate this into English word by word. We have Kinou, which is yesterday. Atarashii is a adjective that means new. We have One Piece, which is One Piece, the popular manga and anime series. We have O, which is a direct object marker that's marking One Piece. And we have mimashitaka, which is the mimashita plus ka, which is the interrogative particle, and mimashita is the verb miru in mashita form, or otherwise known as past polite form. And that's pretty much it. You should notice how miru in its mas form is mimas, and then we simply change the mas to mashita to get mimashita. And that is past form of to see or to watch, so watched. And the ka at the end of that is did you watch One Piece yesterday? And hopefully the answer was yes. But if the answer wasn't yes, then how do we say no? We would say something along the lines of Ie mimashitaka. And this is what we basically just covered in the exposition. Mimasendeshita is the negative past of the verb miru. We change it into mimasen, which is the present negative of miru, and then we add deshita to the end to make it past. So Ie mimasendeshita is no, I did not watch. So that's where we'll end for this video. It's an important topic, so make sure if you want to memorize it to try out some examples on your own. A lot of examples actually. This is something that should become second nature if you ever want to get proficient enough at Japanese language to be able to even do everyday conversation, or to even understand everyday or even able to understand everyday conversation, because people of course will be using the past tense a lot, and this is half of it. This is the polite form, and we will move on to the casual form in a short while.